Bonjour! Welcome to today's video where we will make a lemon cheesecake. All the ingredients are in the description and I will also write the recipe step by step. We're gonna start with mixing our biscuits into a powder. Once this is done, you're gonna pour all the biscuits in a bowl. It should be a powder, but if you still have some small pieces, it's also fine. It will be more crunchy at the bottom. Then you add your melted butter. Pour this into the biscuits and then mix. So it shouldn't be too liquid, but it shouldn't be also too dry. The biscuit should be wet with the butter texture. You see, this is like more or less the texture you're aiming for. So now that the first layer of the cheesecake is ready, you're gonna take your mold. So here you see I put some cooking paper at the bottom and on the side, so it will be easier for the last step of the cheesecake. Let's pour the biscuits into the mold. You can also adapt the quantities. For example, if you like a really thin biscuit, you can reduce the quantities. If you like a thicker biscuit, you can use the same quantity as I'm doing. So really up to you. And then you press the biscuits at the bottom of this mold. Here is a small trick for you. If you want your biscuit layer to be even, take a flat glass and then press. You'll see that will help to make your biscuits more even. Okay, so now that this layer is ready, we're gonna place that in the fridge and prepare the cream. Now it's time to prepare the lemon cream. So now for that, take some cream cheese. All quantities are in the description, of course. Then add the icing sugar. And finally, the lemon juice. Okay, so I will quickly mix with this. So now we're gonna mix. When you start to mix, it's pretty liquid, but now it got a little bit more dense. The more you mix, the more it's going to be dense. We're gonna pour the lemon cream over the biscuits. So make sure to spread it well and press a little to avoid bubbles. And pour. So you can shake it a little bit to make it as flat as possible. This is gonna make it more pretty when you're gonna serve it. And it smells so good. Now it's time to place this in the fridge, minimum 4 hours. Usually I prepare it the day before. In this one I'm sure that it's all set and the texture should be perfect. So for this last step, welcome to my kitchen. What you're gonna need for this last step is the smallest pan that you got. So you're gonna switch this one on. Let's put it on like 5-6, medium fire. Pour some lemon juice. And some agar. I don't know how you say it in English. Agar? In French is agar. And here we're gonna take approximately half of a teaspoon. You pour this in the lemon juice and you mix. So we're going to warm this approximately 5 minutes, just the time for the agar to melt. And then we're gonna pour it over our lemon cream. This is gonna be the last step. If you don't want to do this last layer, you don't have to, it's not mandatory. The cheesecake as it is right now is also very fine. But I like to do that because it adds a little bit of extra lemon taste to the cheesecake. So you can also adapt to your taste. So for me it's a little bit too bitter, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of sugar. Mix again. So last step for me here before to rest it in the fridge for at least 4 hours is to pour this small gel that we just created. So as you can see, the cheesecake is ready. I'm gonna leave it in the fridge overnight. Now the cheesecake is done and resting in the fridge, but to be honest, I always do a little bit more cream because yeah, I'm always afraid that I don't have enough. Don't throw away this cream, it's super good. So what I usually do is that I put it in some small glasses like that, and yeah, you can leave it in the fridge a little bit less, for example, and we're gonna eat that this evening. There is no biscuit, maybe you can add a small biscuit crumbs over, and that's something I advise you to do in general to avoid waste, like create mini other dessert with the leftover of the main recipe that you're creating. And now comes the best part of the recipe, where you get to finish the bowl. So with almost 24 hours after making this cheesecake, we're going to open that up. I'm gonna take a plate and let's open that together. It looks absolutely perfect. Okay, we did it. Perfect. Now you can either leave it like that or decorate it. Let's put some small pieces of lemon. So as you can see, I made it like that with the biscuit a little bit thicker than the usual cheesecake because let's be honest, the biscuit is the best part of the cheesecake. Now it's time to cut it. Let's see, how does it look? Looks pretty yummy, I will say, right? Okay, now comes the best part of the recipe. Time to taste. Let me take a bite of this one. It's so good. The balance is perfect with the quantities that you have in the description. The cream is fresh, not too bitter, still a little bit sweet. And with this gel on top, once again, you're not forced to make it, but it adds a little bit of lemony taste, lemony push. It's really so good. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support the account, and I will see you very soon in another foodie video. Bye!